everybody, and welcome to Dinosaurs. Let's get started. Our first question is, what is a dinosaur?
You know, that big large thing that's about to step on.
Here is the dictionary definition of a dinosaur. Noun, any of the various extinct terrestrial reptiles of the order Sabuthithba and Arthropoda that existed during the Mesozoic era, including both carnivores and herbivores, and often reaching a gigantic size. Noun, any of the various other large extinct reptiles, such as Ichthyosaur. Noun, a relic of the past. Noun, one that is hopelessly outmoded or unwieldy. An example of a dinosaur would be this guy, or this guy. Perhaps one of these guys. Yeah. But the word dinosaur was only first invented in the early 1840s. So before that word existed, dinosaurs probably would have been called dragons. Here is the dictionary definition of dragon. Noun, a mythical monster traditionally represented as a gigantic reptile having a long tail, sharp claws, scaly skin, and often wings. Noun, any of the various lizards, such as Komodo dragon or the flying lizard. Noun, a fiercely vigilant or interactable person. Noun, something very formidable or dangerous. Noun, archaic, a large snake or serpent. Examples of dragons would be this guy, or the European dragons, and also this European dragon. And then it said that Komodo dragons can be called dragons, which makes sense because they're Komodo dragons. And I mean, look at them, they're pretty dragony. Take this guy, put a roar over him. It's pretty good, isn't it? And I don't know if you want to argue flying lizards as dragons, because they are kind of small, but then it also said large reptiles, so I thought of alligators, and I mean, they do get very big. I don't know if these pictures in particular are photoshopped or not, but this African crocodile probably isn't. And then of course there's the kaiju version from Rampage, but that's fake. And then it also mentioned snakes being called dragons, and I'm sure Chris Pratt would have something to say about that. But the real dragon snake is the Titanoboa, which fortunately, but at the same time sadly, is now extinct, and is pictured in this museum eating a crocodile. Also, one last word of advice from this snake: do not try to constrict a porcupine. It does not work. So here's my reasoning. Before the word dinosaur was first used in the 1840s, people would have called dinosaurs dragons. And since dragons can be identified as living creatures, can't dinosaurs be identified as living creatures? Now I know that reasoning kind of falls apart after the first few definitions, but it's still fun. The question is, when were the dinosaurs?
Like, should I not take my time machine?
So here's the deal. Evolutionists say dinosaurs evolved around 65 million years ago, and since have evolved into birds. But the Bible says they were created on day 6, about 6,000 years ago, and they would have been on the earth until they went extinct about in the Middle Ages. Of course, the Ice Age probably did some damage to them as well. Well, that was easy. But the next question is, how diverse are dinosaurs?
What? There are more than one?
The answer is, dinosaurs are way too diverse to fit on one page. This is the kind of list you get when you look up dinosaur genera, which I'm suspicious of these things being the species names and perhaps even the names of individual skeletons, but the idea remains there's a lot of them. Here are the big ones. First, Tyrannosaurus rex, currently eating a poor ornithomimus. And second, Velociraptor. Fun fact about velociraptors, they weren't actually as big as they appeared in the movie Jurassic Park. However, the Utah raptor is similar to that size. And then, of course, Spinosaurus is increasingly popular, and Triceratops is a very diverse kind. Our next question is, dinosaurs and the Bible?
Did God talk about that?
Here's the deal. In the book of Job, God tells Job about two dinosaur-like creatures, Leviathan and Behemoth. Leviathan is said to play in the shipyards, have a long neck, and have flaming nostrils. Somebody get him some flonase. And Behemoth is said to have a tail like a cedar tree, bones as strong as iron, and smoke coming out of his nostrils. He should be good with some NyQuil. Leviathan is generally considered to be a plesiosaur. Here's a clip from a documentary with some plesiosaur-like creatures.
Like Chimerosaurus that are in its sights. Skull analysis of giant killers like Predator X suggests that they hunted their prey by smell, channeling water through special internal nostrils, allowing them to silently hone in on their target.
And Behemoth is considered to be a Brachiosaurus, which is what you've been staring at in the background for the last half hour. On to the not-so-dinos. Things that act like them, but aren't them. Here are the not-so-dinos. First, the pterosaurs, like the pterodactyl. Here's a short clip from a documentary.
Are now huge. Wingspans of 6 meters and more are common. But there is one species that dwarfs them all. He is Ornithocheirus, 12 meters from wingtip to wingtip, and a body bigger than a man's. He is the undisputed king of the skies.
This next one is, if arthropods could be dinosaurs, this would be a dinosaur. And this is like the best scene ever. It's like amazing. So here we go. And no, that's not it. That's just this weird fish thing.
With her defensive headgear, Cephalaspis can't swim fast for long. She must rest frequently. Soon, she'll tire completely. Cephalaspis suddenly changes her path. She's picking up bad vibrations, something Brontoscorpio can't detect. Pterigotus is the titan of sea scorpions, the biggest arthropod of all time. More than 3 meters long, she's the size of a crocodile.
And our last one is Predator X, which you all had a glimpse of before.
More than 15 meters long and weighing about 45 tons, this is the most powerful marine reptile ever discovered.
Congratulations! You've made it to the ever-awaited end of my presentation.
Finally.